Last time we did this Total War tier list, you two idiots couldn't even finish it.
That's because I hate those shit Warhammer games.
Have you even played them?
No.
You really are such a fucking idiot.
All right, whatever. What did we leave off with?
Well, tell you what. Since we had a rough incident talking about Warhammer, let's wait on those and finish with the Rome 2 style historical titles. 2016's Attila, a bit of a strange one, kind of reminds me of Napoleon.
Okay, long fucking rant on this one, boys.
Here we go.
No, shut up. I'm serious about this. Total War Attila pisses me off.
If I remember correctly, it was pretty good.
No, the fuck it was not. Attila was one of the most poorly optimized games I have ever had the pleasure of playing. No matter what mods came out, the use of VSync or any graphical changes, it runs like fucking shit.
But Donald, 1280 is a great successor to Medieval 2.
Sure it is, if you like 15 frames per second.
I don't know, it's kind of a shame it runs so bad because the actual gameplay mechanics are great.
If Attila was as well optimized as Rome 2, I'd be the first one to say A tier, but I can't go higher than C.
Will you compromise at B tier? The DLC was great.
B tier seems about right.
All right, I can live with that.
Next up, Thrones of Britannia.
My God, talk about the exact opposite of Attila. Game runs great, but it's so boring.
Joe, my friend, you are exactly right. Thrones of Britannia runs fine, but the scale of the game is so small and dull.
I really don't know what Creative was thinking with these saga titles. They're not fun enough to be full-price games. DLC at best.
I mean, I'll give points to it for being well optimized. It has all of the improvements from Attila with Rome 2 optimization, and the battles are pretty good.
Fair, it does run pretty well, and the gameplay is good. Why couldn't this have been Attila DLC that brought its fixes to the main game?
I think C tier is best.
Agreed.
Sure.
Okay, next up is a good one. Total War 3 Kingdoms.
Has anyone else noticed our portraits keep changing sizes?
Fake news? I don't know, shut up. Now this is a good recent Total War game. I love the Three Kingdoms setting in ancient China, and it runs perfectly.
Not really my thing. I feel it's too much of a blend of fantasy and history when it should just be a historical title.
That is a fair assessment. It is definitely not gritty like Rome or Attila, but I enjoy the gameplay enough to look past that.
There is definitely a pre-Three Kingdoms and post-Three Kingdoms type of Total War fan. I think Three Kingdoms does enough for me to get away with more stylistic graphics and fantasy elements, but I know many fans prefer the historical titles to be accurate.
I'd be down for A tier.
We should take into consideration how Creative abandoned this game while it was still hot.
Fuck, that is a good point, Joe.
If Three Kingdoms got the same long-term love Rome 2 got, I'd say S tier. But since it was abandoned before it really got to shine, I'm going A. All right, gentlemen, the time has come. It is time to talk about the Warhammer games.
Objectively speaking, Warhammer 1 is pretty good. The gameplay is refined and runs well, but I don't like the simplified diplomacy.
I wish the other titles got the same level of optimization as Warhammer. This to me is how all Total Wars should run.
I don't think it is as good as Warhammer 2, but it was a neat new thing to bring fantasy to Total War.
Quite frankly, I would have preferred Lord of the Rings to Warhammer. Third Age for Medieval 2 proved how well that universe adapts to Total War's gameplay mechanics, and a fully polished game would have been the best.
B tier seems to be the logical choice.
Agreed. All right, how about the sequel, Warhammer 2?
Everything great about Warhammer 1 was massively improved here. Better graphics, and the Mortal Empire campaign being available if you owned both games was a fantastic addition.
I liked Warhammer 1 more. Britannia and the Empire are proud nations, and I don't trust those scheming elves. They run the Warhammer media and spread fake news.
God damn it, Donald.
I wish I had some chocolate chip right now.
Real Sigma males eat pistachio ice cream, Joe. Improve your grind set.
Okay, fuck this. I'm putting this in A tier and we're moving on.
When are we going to talk about Troy?
Never. We will never talk about Troy. That game is dog water.
Yeah, Troy was dreadful.
Does that mean we're on to Warhammer 3?
I can't stand Warhammer 3. Not because it is bad, but because that's 3 games in a row for Warhammer. No Empire 2, no Medieval 3, no Rome 3. Not even a Shogun 3. But we got 3 fucking Warhammer games.
I mean, objectively, it isn't as good as 1 or 2.
It's all right, I guess.
The release was shit too. It felt like DLC. And that's funny considering it needed DLC to be halfway decent. A cash grab at best.
I think honestly, considering how Creative Assembly has handled this game, C tier is most deserving. Finally, the latest release.
I refuse.
What?
I won't do this game the honor.
Donald, I get it, but we could at least rate it.
They make a shit game nobody asked for, and then say discussion is a privilege. Fuck that.
Donald is right. Pharaoh sucks.
Yeah, you know what? The hell with CA. This trash goes straight to D tier.
That a boy Barry, put that garbage in the soy boy tier.
We're going to get a lot of hate from the Total War Reddit sub.
Who cares what those neckbeard virgins think? Let's go play some DEI for Rome 2.